If you work for a nonprofit or any mission-driven organization, you're constantly asking yourself one really big question. How do we know we're actually making a difference? Well, in this explainer, we're going to talk about how to move away from just guessing and toward real, solid guidance, all by using the power of program analytics. So let me ask you something right off the bat. Think about the last really important decision you made for your program. Was it backed up by hard numbers, or was it, more of a gut feeling? Your honest answer to that question is really at the heart of everything we're talking about today. The thing is, for so many organizations, it feels like they're managing in the dark. You've got this incredible mission, you've got passionate people working their hearts out, but when it comes to actually measuring the impact, it can feel like you're trying to find your way without a map or a compass. And that's the core problem, isn't it? Without clear data, even with the absolute best intentions, it just feels like you're flying blind. You end up relying on a few powerful stories or your own intuition, but you don't really have the full picture to make the smartest choices. You know you're doing good work, but you can't really prove it, or, more importantly, figure out how to do even more good. But what if you could just switch on the lights? That's exactly where analytics comes in. And look, it's not just about spreadsheets and numbers. It's about getting real insights into your program that help you make smarter, way more impactful decisions. It literally becomes your guide out of the dark. So when we say data-driven analytics, what are we even talking about? Well, to put it simply, it's the practice of using actual insights from your data, not just a hunch, to guide you toward making better, more informed choices. It's all about letting the evidence lead the way. And this, right here, shows a huge shift in thinking. The old way is pretty reactive, right? It's based on gut feelings, a few stories, and reports that tell you what happened last month or last quarter. The new way, the one powered by analytics, is proactive. It's about looking at clear, real-time data and trends so you can make smart decisions about what to do right now. This quote really nails it. The entire point of analytics is to be a practical, useful guide for your decision-making. It's never, ever about just collecting data for the sake of it. It's about creating clarity so you can move forward with confidence. Now, this focus on guidance leads to one of the biggest benefits of all, the ability to track your growth as it's happening. Honestly, it's the difference between driving by only looking in the rearview mirror versus actually looking at the road ahead of you. The power of right now is a total game changer. With good analytics, you can actually monitor your performance as it's happening. You get immediate insights into how your programs are doing, which means you can shape your future decisions proactively instead of just reacting to old news weeks later. And this is why visuals like this are so incredibly powerful. In a split second, you can see the progress. You can see where you were last year, where you are right now, and how close you are to hitting your goal. It's a snapshot of your momentum that absolutely everyone on the team can understand instantly. So at the end of the day, all of this data, all these charts, they all serve one critical purpose: to create a cycle of improvement. It's about using what you learn not just to report on what happened, but to actively boost your program's performance from here on out. And this is a really crucial point. This whole process isn't about running one big report at the end of the year to stick in a binder on a shelf. It's about creating a living, breathing, continuous feedback loop where data informs your actions, those actions create new data, and that new data informs your next move. So what does this cycle actually look like? Well, it starts when you monitor your performance in real time. Then you study the trends you see in that data. Maybe you notice that in your after-school program, signups always drop off in week 4. That's a trend. Next, you use that insight to make a better decision. You might decide to introduce a really cool hands-on project in week 5 to keep kids engaged. And finally, that smart decision boosts your program's performance, which of course creates new data. And the cycle just keeps on going. And that right there, that's the engine of progress. Every single chart, every data point, it all comes back to this one ultimate goal: to boost your performance and make your real-world impact even bigger. So look, if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this. With the right approach, data stops being this dusty old record of what you've already done. It completely transforms into a dynamic, living roadmap that actually guides you to where you want to go. Which really just leaves us with one final thought for you. Your organization is already creating all this data every single day. It's there, just sitting there, filled with insights and clues. So the only question left is, what amazing story is your data just waiting to tell?